right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, call line la I know Yahawah by Shimmy outside by Shema Rakaka. I just want to give double honor to the apostle who gave no soul who teach well. And hearty Shalom for those for elect. All right, it's your brother Karate is out back with another lesson. And what will be edifying? The title of the lesson is Yahawah's Purpose Against America, aka Babylon the Great. All right, and look at that word purpose. Let's see. Thought I had all that etymology right here. All right, so a purpose is, in this case, we're talking about the Lord's intention, or his aim and his goal, his object be kept in view. All right. And the Lord has a goal for Babylon. All right. The Lord has a goal for Esau. His intention is for this place called America, and the Lord's intention is for this place to be cleansed and destroyed by fire. All right, cleaned. All right. Slack you. So the Lord gonna clean this place up by fire. All right. Let me read this. All right, we know it says judgment on Syria, but like what this says right here, this is Isaiah 14:24 says, Yahawah of hosts hath sworn, saying, surely I have thought, as surely as I have thought, so it shall come to pass. So whatever the Lord thought, he's gonna make it come to pass. All right, and as I have purpose, so it shall stand. All right. So I just want to look at a few words in here. The word for thought is dama. Right here it says imagine or think. So the Lord, whatever the Lord has thought, all right, it says it's gonna come to pass. The scripture says it's gonna come to pass. All right. And the word for, I want to get purpose in here too. The word for purpose, it means to advise, all right, give counsel, devise, plan, all right, conspire, okay. So whatever the Lord's plan is, which is what we have, the scriptures, it tells us what the Lord's plan is, his goal, all right, his intention, his aim, all right, the object that he has kept in view, which is to ultimately bring the Israelites out of captivity, put us in the land, back in our land, all right, and have the Lord ruling over us in righteousness, right, and we all being righteous, we all, I mean, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, okay? But that's part of the Lord's purpose, his plan, his device. He devised this, okay? All right. Go one more word. Purpose. All right, the Lord's purpose to us, same thing, saying the same word. All right, so, all right, now let's see what the Lord has purposed against America. All right, let's go to Isaiah 34, and I want to read it in the NLT. All right, so this is Isaiah 34, and I'm going to start at 5. All right, it says, and when the sword has finished its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom, the nation I have marked for destruction. All right, let me think about, I think it's let me read this in the KJV. All right, this is Malachi 1:1. It says, the burden of the word of Yahawah to Israel by Malachi, I have loved you, saith Yahawah. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? All right. And Esau is the forefather of the Edomites, all right? And the Edomites, these so-called white people, it says, saith Yahawah, yet I love Jacob, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. All right, and they have, right? Look out America and look how it's all built up and the global influence that America has. Okay. It says, thus saith Yahawah of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And I shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom Yahawah has indignation forever. All right. And the Lord has righteous anger against these people. We should have the same mindset that the Lord has towards our enemy. Okay. All right, let me read. I want to read it here too. All right, this is in NLT. It says, I have loved you. I have always loved you, says Yahawah. But you retort, really? How have you loved us? And Yahawah replies, this is how I show my love for you. I love your ancestor Jacob, right? And he loved Jacob by turning his name into Israel. And within turning his name into Israel, he allowed 12 tribes to come out, 12 sons to come out of Jacob, all right? And those individual children that Jacob had are our forefathers, all right? It says, but I rejected Esau, but I rejected his brother Esau and devastated his hill country. I turned Esau's inheritance into a desert for jackals. Esau's descendants in Edom, see, in Edom, all right, may say we have been shattered, but we will rebuild the ruins. But Yahawah of heaven's armies replies, they may try to rebuild, but I will demolish them again. All right, and the Lord's going to demolish. This is part of the Lord's plan, his goal, his aim. All right, because what we just read in Isaiah 14, whatever the Lord has purposed, all right, it's going to come to pass. It says their country will be known as the land of wickedness. Is not America known as this? Look at all the stuff that happens to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right, look at what influences come from this portion of the world and how it's deemed okay to be a certain type of individual. You know, all right. It says here, and their people will be called the people whom Yahawah is forever angry. All right, and we are showing that the Lord is angry with these people, man. All right, by bringing it on, reading the scriptures. But let me go back to Isaiah 34. All right, this is Isaiah 34 and 5. It says, and when my sword has finished its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom. All right, just as we had read. All right, the Lord going to destroy Edom again. All right, the nation I have marked for destruction. The sword of Yahawah is drenched with blood and covered with fat, with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of rams prepared for sacrifice. Yes, Yahawah will offer a sacrifice in the city of Basra. He will make a mighty slaughter in Edom. All right, and Edom, aka where does the white man, so-called, where does the so-called white man has the majority of his power, his influence comes from out of America. All right, it said, even as a strong as wild ox will die, the young men alongside the veterans, the land will be soaked with blood and the soil enriched with fat. This goes back to the Lord's purpose, all right, that he has for Edom, all right. It says, for it is the day of Yahawah's vengeance, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. All right, it says here, the streams of, and we're going to get something too, we're going to go to Obadiah. It says the streams of Edom will be filled with burning pitch and the ground will be covered with fire. All right, we're also going to look at this. Because this is also what the so-called white man has done to Israel. All right, look at this. All right, I was at a the VFMA yesterday, right? And there was this exhibit where this Jake, he was going through certain parts of Virginia and then some parts of the South, and he was taking pictures of the cabins that the so-called Negroes lived in during their slavery, and he took pictures of the paths of the trailway that they had to walk after getting off the boats. All right, example in this picture, right? And just to look at that at the day, all right, they had pictures of day, and they had like a little scenery where it would be at night, and just sitting there thinking and talking like, hey, imagine our people having to be led through this at night with no shoes on their feet, or trying to escape at night, going into these waters. It's cold. They got crying babies, no food. All right. All types of, thoughts was running through my head, and it was just our people suffering, but our people were suffering mainly because we went against the Lord, but also because of Esau Edom dragging us into slavery, man. Okay. All right. The guy had pictures of the shack houses that Jake used to live in. All right. It was all kind of stuff. It made me angry, man. All right. And just trying to imagine our people trying to get away from some part of the South to Cleveland, Ohio, or to Michigan, or to cross over to Canada. That had to be strenuous on a man or woman, especially if they have children, man. All right. But his exhibit was trying to get your mind geared toward to seeing what your people actually went through from their point of view, right? But this is going to be part of Esau Edom's payback, all right, for what he did to the Lord's people. All right. Let me finish reading this, and then I'm going to read out of Obadiah. All right. So it says here, the streams of Edom will be filled with burning pitch, and the ground will be covered with fire. All right, from the thermonuclear missiles, okay, and the chariot beam and the laser beams out of the chariots. All right. It says the judgment on Edom will never end. The smoke of his burning will rise forever. The land will lie deserted from generation to generation. No one will live there anymore. All right, it will be hunted by desert owls and the screech owl and the gray owl and the raven. For Yahawah will measure the land carefully. He will measure it for chaos and destruction. It will be called a land of nothing, and with all the nobles, and all its nobles will soon be gone. All right, thorns will overrun its palaces, nettles and thorns will grow out in its forts. The ruins will become a hunt for jackals and a home for owls. Desert animals will mingle there with hyenas. Their house filling the night. Wild goats will bleat at one another among the ruins, and night creatures will come there to rest. It says here, verse 15, it says, there the owl will make her nest and lay her eggs. She will hatch her young and cover them with her wings, and the buzzards will come, each one with his mate. All right, it's going to be dangerous birds here, dangerous animals here, right? Search the book of Yahawah and see what he will do. None of these birds and animals will be missing, and none will lack a mate, for Yahawah has promised this. His spirit will make it all come true. All right, so the Lord will make this come true. All right. It says he has surveyed and divided the land and deeded it over to the creatures. They will possess it forever from generation to generation. This is the Lord's purpose, all right, against Babylon. Because of what I just said up here, what it did to Israel, for all it did to Israel. All right, for all of what it did to Israel. All right, don't forget about the atrocities that the Indians went through. All right, look. Mainly showing Judah, right? But we got an illustration right here where the Europeans are trying to overcome Gad, all right? Or Israel, the northern kingdom, okay? Let's see what it says here. Indian slavery in colonial New England. All right, stories of racial slavery in America generally focused on the encounter between Europeans and Africans, meaning the Israelites. All right, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. See what a little bit of this says, because this is part of Israel. Here we go. This paragraph says it all. It says, "Yet Native Americans represented a majority of those enslaved by European colonists in much of North America throughout the early 18th century." So Judah and Israel was oppressed together by Esau. Okay, let's go here to Obadiah right quick. I'm gonna just read it, and I'm gonna read it in LT since I'm still in here. It says, "Because of the violence you did to your close relatives in Israel, you will be filled with shame, Salakia, and destroyed forever." All right. So the Lord's going to destroy Esau, man. All right. What's going to have this man done for? All right. He's going to destroy America, as we read in Isaiah 34. All right. Esau even going to be destroyed within that process. Okay. Then they're going to go and head into captivity. All right. This Obadiah 1 and 2, it says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." All right. And it goes into how they didn't help Israel when other nations were coming to cause war against them. I'm going to say mainly Nebuchadnezzar. Okay. See what this word violence says. Look at this. The word is Hamas. All right. It says violence, wrong, cruelty, injustice. All right. You got the Ha and then the Mas right here. See Hamas. All right. It says unrighteousness, violence done against. All right. And Esau, even for you not helping. All right. That's a strike on. That's a mark on you. All right. Let me get my closing precept. I can keep going some more. But, Jeremiah 51. Here's Jeremiah 51 and 29. We get straight to the point. "And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of Yahawah shall be performed against Babylon." What we just read, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. And we just read that in Isaiah the 34th chapter 2. So now we understand and know what the purpose of the Lord is for America. All right, Lord Williams edified. Till next time, shalom.